The big secret of trading. Where do I position my entry and exit? That's what everyone talks about and what everyone wants to perfectionize. Where's the optimal entry and exit for my trading strategy? That's what we are going to talk about in this video. So stay tuned and we will start right away. There are two numbers that we are going to talk about first. Two factors that have really big influence on where to put your entry and exit. And this is first, the hit rate, and second, the risk-reward ratio. Everyone wants to have both factors best numbers, of course. The higher the hit rate, the higher the risk-reward ratio, the better the profits. But there's a really strong correlation between each other. And this correlation means that it's really almost not possible to have both really big numbers. So if I have a big win rate, a high win rate, it always makes the risk-reward ratio go lower. Let's take an example. For example, we put our entry right here. I will put an E for entry. And we want a really high hit rate. That's why we put our stop loss, for example. In this example, we will work with a stop loss and a take profit. So in this case, we will, for example, put our stop loss here and put our take profit really close to the entry. This way, the hit rate will get really high. So we raise our hit rate by putting the take profit closer to the entry. But in the same time, the risk-reward ratio gets worse. Because what we do in this case, the take profit is closer to the entry than the stop loss. But there's also an advantage, because this example leaves more room for the trade to develop, so you make sure you don't get knocked out by a spike down, for example. So you really leave room for the trade, maybe going lower, for example, first, and then with the normal stop loss, the same length of the take profit here, it would already been knocked out. But no, in this case, you leave room for it to develop, to make its way finally into your trading direction. Second case, we want a big risk-reward ratio. So if we put our entry here, we put our stop loss really close and our take profit here. So the stop loss is closer to the take profit and our risk-reward ratio rises, but of course at the same time our hit rate will decrease, because it's more likely that the trade is going to hit the stop loss because of it's a lot narrower to the entry than the take profit. So what are we going to do now? This is a really individual decision. Are you feeling better with a higher hit rate? It's a psychological factor, of course, because a low hit rate really is hard for your mindset. Because if you have a hit rate maybe around 50% or even lower, it's really hard to really let the trade happen and not act against the rules. And a risk-reward ratio, of course, can be really hard for your trading mindset as well, because you're dealing with a high risk and in comparison a small profit to be made. But there's a solution to this as well. There's an option, for example, what we're doing in my VIP trading group. We are having a take profit 1, really close or closer to the entry than the stop loss, which generates a high hit rate. Especially among beginners, it really makes them more confident. They don't get nervous that fast. So a high hit rate is really good for their mindset. But we want a high risk reward ratio as well. So what are we doing? We are working with a take profit 2. And take profit 2, this is 1, is a lot farther away than take profit 1. This is just an example. But with take profit 2, of course, it doesn't get hit as often as take profit 1. But when it gets hit, we have an even bigger profit. So the take profit 1 holds break even with the stop loss, so profits and losses are making its way maybe with a small profit, but the big profits are made with take profit 2. That way, we are having a high hit rate and a good risk reward ratio as well, even though they are in a correlation and one doesn't work without making the other less. So this is an amazing thing, a big trick to go around. Click now below this video and there you'll find the link to my Telegram group where you can trade my trading signals with me and learn how to do this on your own. So click now and I will meet you there.